Still looking for.
It was not my intention to be a ruler of any sort, but I had no choice other than to assert my claim to the throne. To put an end to this long conflict for the crown and return peace to my country, the Kingdom of Vide. As the old stories go, a mighty weapon was forged by our forefathers to fell tyrants. Executioner. I used the sword to massacre many a brethren and ascend the throne. Had I fought alone, I am certain I would have met my end. I owe everything to Ophelia, who stood by my side the entire time. She is this kingdom's finest royal guard, and my dear friend since childhood. To me, there is no one else I consider family. So I presented Executioner to her, requesting her to do the unthinkable. I had her promise to kill me. Executioner has but one purpose: to strike down tyrants. As Ophelia and I stood at the throne, I proclaimed to her, I have no doubt that I will one day descend down the path of tyranny, as my royal brethren did before me. When that time comes, Ophelia, I want you to swear to me you will take Executioner and kill me. I know, Ophelia, while full of kindness and loyalty, she possesses a fragile heart. One that will surely be crushed by the sheer weight of this promise. After staining that sword with my blood, Ophelia would certainly turn it upon herself and pierce right through her own heart. I know this is the tragedy that awaits, and yet I am too weak to convey what my heart truly desires. For Ophelia to die together with me. Pathetic. I am nothing but a coward. As Ophelia's hands quivered upon receiving my sword, she spoke through the tears welling in her eyes. I alone cannot bear the weight of this sword, Your Majesty. Thus, please allow me to make but one request. Just as you have requested of me, I too wish for you to take my life into your hands. As Ophelia's anxious words leave her mouth, she takes her own knightly blade, Oathkeeper, and presents it to me. Should a time arise in which I betray my loyalty to you, I beg of you, Your Majesty, please, take this sword and... I did not give her a chance to finish her words when I swiftly took her sword into my hands. Thank you, Ophelia. Tears run down our cheeks. Our promise to take each other's lives was, to us, our solace. On this day, we vowed to entrust our fates and our swords to one another, as if binding our lives together in chains. hordes of sinister creatures as far as the eye could see. People fleeing in panic, soldiers dying one after another. These infernal creatures appeared out of nowhere, threatening to destroy the kingdom. I escaped to safety, but in that moment, I noticed Ophelia was nowhere to be found. I had a paralyzing feeling that something terrible was to happen. However, it was too late. Ominous lights enveloped every horde of creatures that were laying siege to the palace. I noticed immediately that light. It's her. She transformed into something that was no longer recognizable as human. All to protect me. All to protect this country. Ophelia! Ophelia! I knew my voice would not reach her, but I shouted her name over and over again. The cursed crystals corrode the land. The source of this curse is Ophelia, who has transformed into a witch of Clefa. I am sure she must be in so much pain, suffering all alone. The only one with any chance of stopping her is me. No, I must stop her. I take Oathkeeper, my fingers gripping tightly around its hilt. It was I who forced Ophelia into making that promise. Now, I am to kill her? I see. In the end, I am no different from my brothers. That is why, when I end her life, I will just as soon end my own. But the crystals besieged the land, impeding my journey with one danger after another. It was then and there that I met the Duke. He possessed a staff capable of weakening the power of the curse. If I could borrow this power, then perhaps... Wait for me just a little longer, Ophelia. I will come for you. I swear. Ophelia! We stood atop her altar, surrounded by crystals. Ophelia had completely descended into madness. As we crossed swords, I screamed to her. I lost you, and for that, I finally realized. If a ruler must walk their path alone, then I am not befitting of a queen after all. And the one thing I truly needed was not that promise. It was you. So, I beg you, come back to me. The two of us go in for the kill. Our swords collide in a thunderous clash. Plummeting from the sky, Executioner drives its blade into a crystal atop the altar, cleaving it into two. The battle has reached its end. Unconscious, Ophelia starts to collapse, but I catch her before she hits the altar floor. The ominous lights vanished, and the light of dawn bathed the altar in its warm shine. Welcome back, Ophelia. The curse completely vanished. The land was scarred beyond recognition, leaving our castle in ruins. There, my beloved friend stands at my side as I proclaim to her, Ophelia, when I lost you, my heart fell into hopelessness. Then I realized something that freed me from my despair. Why was I able to become the queen of this land? And why was I able to keep fighting until I saved you? It was all because I loved you. Dear Ophelia, allow me to, once again, make my request. From this day forth, I wish for nothing else but for you to stay by my side, forever, until death do us part. Tears pour from Ophelia's eyes as I take her by the hands. We no longer needed any chains to bind our lives together. I said to her, the sword is not the master of our fate. We are our own masters.
Swallow my sorrow, my heart holds a shadow, but life must go on. Give me light, make me strong. Still love.